Hi everyone, it's day 2 of the breadcrumbs challenge, and today is choice and looking at where we've been before. So I've got my little compass sheet and also looking at how different am I today. So I've written choice and I've written some words on my little compass sheet in the southeast corner, and I realised happiness and freedom were very key elements. And as Nick was talking, he mentioned a bird, and I straight away had this thought in my head, wow, I never draw anything really anymore. So I'm going to do a bird as well, because happiness and freedom is very much represented by a bird. So I don't usually freehand. I love abstract and I love collaging. So I'm having a good attempt here at a bird. Knowing full well that it's not how it looks, it's the journey, and it's how I am feeling and what I'm trying to get down onto the paper. So I'm using a Stabilo all orange and a Stabilo all black, so that they are water-based. You can paint over them and they will start to blend in. I'm also using a little bit of yesterday's watercolours. They've dried out because they were not covered and the toweling paper underneath wasn't completely wet, it was just sprayed. So I glanced around and I thought, there's some masking tape. Yesterday when I tried to pull off my masking tape, it ripped the paper, even though I bought the special masking tape for art paper. So I decided I didn't want a border today. I just wanted to play, have fun, not put any borders, because borders can be, to me, losing that sense of freedom. So I made a wing out of the masking tape, and I've just blotted a bit, sprayed a bit of water, blotted a bit, and then I thought, what would happen if I just blotted a bit more, and I've got all that colour on there, if I rub it onto there. Now I wasn't expecting, I thought maybe there'd be more, but it just sparked me to make a sort of a nest shape, put some colour down. So the orange here was me expanding out into a different colour, moving to a different area. Now I have sped this up. Obviously I'm not painting at this speed, and I added in a bit of green and some purple. So yesterday I had the mix of the red and the blue and it made purple, so today I've actually added purple and a strong orange and a bit of green. And Nick started talking about Under the Sea, and I think this became a little bit like a representation of his little journey into his memories of going scuba diving with a bit of reeds, and I think the bird was starting to look like it was more like it was underwater. The legs are definitely looking watery. I've bought in a few of the spirals that I used from yesterday. I'm thinking this week that my 4 or 5 days of work, I want them to be somewhat uniform in some ways, with a few when I was doing music we talked about motif, so I'm seeing that the spirals are a bit of a motif. The same paint brand, or the acrylic paints made into watercolours using the Posca pen over the top, they're a little bit of a motif. So now I'm adding in some mark making. The white Posca, I've already used a purple Posca to reference the purple in the legs. And putting a pattern into the body of the bird and some dot markings. And just taking the white Posca into the legs and over to the side in the little scribbly mark making bits that I'm doing, and that's an orange Posca, not a white Posca. Now I've realised that my reeds were green, so I've just decided to bring in a little bit more of the green in little bits and pieces, not too much, and just a little bit of an enhancement of those circly, squiggly things. building up the layers as I go. Just a little bit of green paint added again. Now, in the past I would have looked at this and go, oh my goodness, what am I, a child? But I'm looking at it today and going, oh, actually that's really rich with lots of different varieties of mark making and thoughts that are me. And so I ended up writing travel, freedom and happiness along the side of the bird and making one little stamp, my favourite stamp at the moment, of an orange little flower. And then I realised if I'm going to continue trying to keep these uniform, I'm going to put a little bit of that coffee dyed map that I had just to complete it. So I felt that there was still something lacking, and in the end I just ended up putting this blue line underlining the words, but coming from one side to the other and going backwards and forwards a few times reminded me of the waves. It I feel like it tied the left and the right side together a little bit and had a sense of freedom and movement. So here's some little shots of each part. And don't forget, go and have a look at Nick's video if you are interested in this challenge. And I hope you enjoyed today, day 2, and I will speak to you later. Bye for now.